You're out in the wilderness. You might be hiking or camping. You might be hunting. You want a fire, and you know you can rub sticks together to make a fire. But what if you don't know how to do it? You may be very young. Hello. You may be just inexperienced. Or you just don't know how to begin. Prepper's Paradise has the answer. I've just been sent this. It's a bow drill kit, so let's take a look. So we've got some advertising, got the instructions, they got a letter. Oh, that's a good box. Let's open it up. Okay, move that out of the way. So there we go. They got some tinder. This is quite strange. I'm guessing you run it like this. Here we go, look at that. Very smooth. Let's start by reading the instructions. Bow drill kit. Introduce yourself to the primitive skill of fire making with our bow drill making kit. Our kit provides an easy introduction to the technique and skill required to make fire using the bow drill method. With our adapted bearing to make the process easier and easy grip handle giving lower impact on the hands, this product is perfect for people with dexterity or strength issues to try bushcraft. Okay, sounds like it's a good kit to start with. Also suitable for children, making bushcraft accessible to all. Well, these are big claims, so I'm going to follow the instructions and see if I can make it work. Step 1. Ensure you are in a safe area for making fire. Place some jute under the fireboard. One end of the board can be raised slightly to help the air circulation. So, jute twine. Just going to take a pinch. I'm actually going to introduce an ember pan, something to keep it off the ground where it could be damp. And I'll put, as they have said, the jute twine underneath. Like that. Now the hearth board is interesting. They've already pre-notched it and put in little holes to get you started. You may wish to use a foot or knee to steady the board. Place the drill part of the bow inside one of the grooves above the jute you wish to use to start your fire. Okay. So I'm going to use my foot. And we're going to place this in here. Okay, step 2, holding the drill steady, that's this part. Using the top handle, use your non-dominant hand, which is this one. Ensure to apply downward pressure using your dominant hand, which is this one. Grasp the bamboo handle firmly and move it backwards and forwards continuously, ensuring that the drill is turning. You will hear the wood squeaking and it will begin to smoke. Well, there we go, it's starting to smoke. Speed up the process to make the ember. Remove the drill and see if there are any embers. Okay, no ember on this one. Okay, let's give it one more go. Okay, here we go. There's the smoke. Okay, there's an ember. Giving it plenty of oxygen. Let's see if we can get that into a tinder bundle. Blow the Duke consistently to make fire. Okay. Build up the fire with dry grass, twigs or smaller shards of wood to build your fire up. So I'm going to add it to this tinder bundle. See if we can blow it into flame. That's it. There we go. All right. Well, there you go. You can make a fire with this set, friction fire, by rubbing two sticks together. Spindle into the board. So let's just have a look at the replay for some further analysis.
Hello! Well, Kenny, I thought this young lad was going to nail it on his first attempt. That's right, Troy, his position looked good, but remember, it was his first time out with this new kit. Thanks, Kenny. He's been having a great fire season so far this year. So what do you think went wrong? Well, Troy, it's hard to say. His technique looked good, he just couldn't make it over the line. Let's break it down, shall we, Kenny? Thanks, Troy. It might be his downward pressure that was the problem. Well, Kenny, if you look at his bowing, it looked controlled. Could it be the kit that's a problem? Troy, it has been a long season for the young lad, so he may have just run out of steam. Well, Kenny, if you look at his stats, he bowed for 45 seconds. Do you think that's enough? Well, Troy, something went wrong today. Great, thanks for that. Now, his second attempt really sealed the deal. That's right, it's difficult to see from these angles, but the lad must have made a small change to his approach. Interestingly, the stats reveal he bowed for less time, 32 seconds, much quicker than the first attempt. Not sure how that helps, Troy. Well, it's not the bowing that's the problem. That's right, Troy. Take a look at this. Kenny, what are we looking at here? Well, thanks for asking. You can see that this young lad has made a subtle change to his body position. He's leaning further forward on his second attempt, which means, Troy, he's applying more downward pressure. Well, there you have it. This lad made a small change, made a big difference. That's it from us. Let's hand you back to the field for some more kit analysis.
I do like the kit. I think it is a great starter's kit, this. If you don't have the knowledge or the ability to gather the materials to make your own set, or if you don't have someone instructing you and teaching you on foraged material, if you take this straight out of the box, you can use this effectively to make an ember. It seems to be well made, and the bearings on the handle is quite a nice touch for a nice smooth glide. And the bowing technique, I haven't seen that before. I think that works really well. Once you've managed to make fire from all of these notches, you would be able to start looking to forage for your own sets. So yeah, as a starter kit, I think it's brilliant. I think it's really a really good idea. For me personally, I think the bow is a bit short, so I would have that, I'd say, twice the length, so you'll gain more friction I understand why it's this size. It's just a small kit. For children, I think it's the good size because they don't really want a big bow. I think it's perfect for them starting out using this. On my first attempt, I just assumed somehow that with this kit it would be a lot easier. But what I found was you need to keep a good amount of downward pressure for you to create enough friction to make an ember. The reason my first attempt failed was quite simply I placed the spindle into the center of one of these holes, and actually if you look at it, the notch barely touched the hole. So if you look at the footage, all the dust is gathered on the top, which basically means the notch wasn't effective, and so the coals weren't able to fall through and coalesce. On my second attempt, I hadn't realized at the time, but the spindle had gone in a bit further towards the notch. So I think if I was using this kit again, or if I was going to instruct to others, I'd make sure that they placed the spindle closer to the notch. There, not in the center. So what I do is I would place it closer to the notch and start drilling there in that position so that the notch is actually effective. Alternatively, you could take your knife and you could notch in, cut in a bit further, which would mean you could then use that starting hole. But it's just something to watch out for when you start to use this set. Is this a good piece of kit for people with dexterity problems, strength issues? Well, the bow is pretty easy to grasp, and I think the top part of the spindle, I think that's pretty easy to hold. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely easier than a traditional bow drill set because you're not worried about a bearing block on the top. It's all in one piece, and as long as you can hold that handle and press down, you've just got to give it a go and see what happens. I think it is a good kit for children because it's the right size, it's not intimidating, and actually once you start bowing it can't really go wrong. So they do concentrate on their technique and their strength and their position. They're not worried about the equipment, they can just get straight onto it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to include a few of these in the kit box. Definitely value for money, particularly with what you gain from this. So if you buy this and you use all that up and you're even successful for half of those, that puts you on a great position to move forward and make your own sets. So yeah, it's definitely value for money. Now that I've used this kit and I've had a bit more time to play with it, I'd definitely be recommending this kit. It teaches you great aspects of technique, position, strength, and you don't have to worry about sourcing these materials and worrying about making the notches. You don't have to worry about what wood, whether it's dry enough or seasoned enough, or whether it's hard wood or soft woods. As I say, this is straight out of the box and you can make an ember with this. So yeah, definitely recommend this to anyone who wants to start their bow drill practice. So this set was provided by Prepper's Paradise. There's the link, and it's a great piece of kit. So thank you very much, Prepper's Paradise, for letting me have a look and testing it for you. And I wish you the best of luck with selling these kits.